Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to start the last section of our fourth unit on linear equations. And instead of graphing them, we're going to look at a graph today. And from that graph, we're going to write an equation in slope-intercept form. Remember, slope-intercept form is that y equals mx plus b form. Well, in order to write an equation in slope-intercept form from a graph, you need to be able to get two things. You need to be able to find the slope of the line, and you need to be able to find the y-intercept. So, if we look at this graph, the two things I need are the slope and the y-intercept. So y equals, that's how we start slope-intercept form, y equals. Let's find our slope first, because it's y equals mx. M is that slope. So we need to find 2 points on the graph that we can count the rise over the run from. I usually start with my y-intercept first as one of my points. And then I find another place along the line that goes through a corner, perfect corner, like this point right there. So that's going to be the other point I use to count my rise over run to get my slope. So from here I'm going down 1, 2, down 2, and then over 1, 2, 3. So there's my slope. Now I put my x in for my slope-intercept form. And now I've got to find my y-intercept. Well, it's right here at plus 4. Plus 4. Hey, guess what? We just wrote that in slope-intercept form. We found the slope of that line. We found the y-intercept. So the equation of this line is y equals negative 2/3 x plus 4. So if we can find the slope and you can find the y-intercept, you can write that linear equation in slope-intercept form. So let's look at this one. Y equals. Let's find our slope. Well, we need to find those points to count it from. I always start with the y-intercept. Then I follow that line until I see a point that goes through a corner. Like this, it goes through that corner where those two lines cross. So from here, I count the rise over run, starting from left to right. I'm going up 2, over 1. Up 2, over 1. Yeah, we can simplify that to just 2. So 2x. So we're going to start from there. We're going to add our x. Now I need to find my y-intercept. Well, right there it is again. Plus 4. I just wrote that linear equation in slope-intercept form from the graph. I found the slope and I found the y-intercept. All right. So the first thing we need to do is find our 2 points so that we can count our slope. I always start with the y-intercept. So let's follow this line. I'm going to follow it down until I get to a corner right there. So let's count. Down 1, 2. So I went down 2. And then I'm over 1, 2, 3. Now I need my y-intercept. My y-intercept is right here. That's at 3. And it's plus 3. So y equals negative 2/3 plus 3 is the slope-intercept form of that graph. Another one. So let's find our slope first. I'm going to start with getting a point on the y-intercept. I'm going to follow this line up, this blue line up until I see it go through a corner. That's the very first one. So I'm going up 1 over 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. So 1x. And my y-intercept, where is it? It's at negative 2. So minus 2. So we just wrote that linear equation in slope-intercept form from our graph. We found the slope. We found our y-intercept. All right. So at this point, this takes us to the end of this lesson, actually takes us to the end of the unit. But at this point, go ahead into Google Classroom, complete the homework assignment for today. If you have any questions while working on it, you can always rewatch the video. If you still have questions, please reach out to me. We'll see you next time.